What are you talking about? Time?
Yes. Talk about Surah Mutaffifin, brother. Yes, go ahead. The first three verses. Explain to us what this means. Give us the fatwa.
Sheikh Muhammad, I'll be back to you.
Come on, Tamil.
Alright, we're gonna say about three verses from Surah Al-Qasas.
And Chief, can you translate?
Are you recording?
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم وربك يخلق ما يشاء ويختار ما كان لهم الخيرة سبحانه وتعالى عما يشركون وربك يعلم ما تكن صدورهم وما يعلنون وهو الله لا إله إلا هو له الحمد في الأولى والآخرة وله الحكم وإليه ترجعون.
زيد لو سمحت. سمعني شيء من القرآن يا أخي. كمل يا أخي.
قل أرأيتم إن جعل الله عليكم الليل سرمدا إلى يوم القيامة من إله غير الله يأتيكم بضياء أفلا تسمعون قل أرأيتم إن جعل الله عليكم النهار سرمدا إلى يوم القيامة من إله غير الله يأتيكم بليل تسكنون فيه أفلا تبصرون ومن رحمته جعل لكم الليل والنهار لتسكنوا فيه ولتبتغوا من فضله ولعلكم تشكرون.
Maybe you can produce something.
What ayah did you start on?
Hey, Surah Al-Qasas.
So you translate?
Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. One of the main verses that had been recited, that see if Allah made the night everlasting for you until the day of judgment. Is there any God other than Allah that can bring a day which you can go about your business in it? Say, O Muhammad, if Allah made the day everlasting for you until the day of judgment, is there any God beside Allah that He can bring a night which you can rest in it? This is a challenge, and it shows you how that Islam and the Quran is really talking to the human being and raise their thoughts for them to think and to reflect and to get to know that there is Allah and He's the only one worthy of worship. So, and He's talking to them about something which they deal with it every day, something they can see, something they can touch. So it's a challenge. And regardless how much knowledgeable man can be on this earth, how much they can invade the space, if they really did it or not, is still the challenge. This verse itself, this verse, if somebody can uh, challenge and defeat this verse, this it. How Allah can make a challenge like this? Okay, because Allah knew, regardless how much we empower ourselves, how much knowledge we're going to have, how much discovery, there is a limit for the human being, as individual, as collective. They could not. So Allah talked to them about something which they see, they live it, they touch it day and night. One is the day and one is the night. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَجَعَلْنَا اللَّيْلَ لِبَاسًا وَالنَّهَارَ مَعَاشًا. He designed the night for rest, and He designed the day for to go about your livelihood. So, and this is the thing that goes with the nature of a human being. That the night is for resting, and the day is to work and to achieve, you understand, earn your living, and to go about your livelihood. So here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, if Allah, if Allah made the night will be always no day and will remain as is until the day of judgment, which Allah is capable to do. He said, now show me or tell me, who is this other than Allah will be able to bring about a day? Of course, no one. Okay? No one. And this also to let us reflect on the blessing of the night and the blessing of the day. So then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, قُلْ أَرَأَيْتُمْ جَعَلَ اللَّهُ عَلَيْكُمُ النَّهَارَ سَرْمَدًا إِلَى يَوْمِ الْقِيَامَةِ مَنْ إِلَهٌ غَيْرُ اللَّهِ يَأْتِيكُمْ بِلَيْلٍ تَسْكُنُونَ فِيهِ. If Allah made the day will lasting forever until the day of judgment, which other power or mighty or God that can bring about a night that you can rest in it? Okay? So if America, Russia, or the whole world, they believe that this Quran, this Islam is not true, so why you did not meet such a challenge? So if you could not meet the challenge, now you need to surrender. You need to prostrate. You need to testify from inside and with your tongue that there is La ilaha illallah. This is it. So Islam is amazing, and when there is a challenge and you did not meet the challenge, now you are defeated. And if you are defeated, that now you need to submit after the evidence been brought for you. And this is something you found it a lot in the Quran, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put example, put a challenge for the people so they can know that Islam is from Allah and there is no true God, there is no deity worthy of worship other than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Jazakallah khair, brother. Hopefully, inshallah, that Ismail has the opportunity to rewind whatever tips he got and he can pick something out.
It's about what I said to you, the same thing.
Close enough. Okay. But what do you mean? So Ismail can be able
Um, well,
What's that bag?
I don't know the Arabic, but there was a very famous Arabic poetry speaking about the night and how
Your
the
mother
night
dropped it off, that's why she was here.
kind of envelops people and how the night, sometimes people get lost in the night. But there was one particular part of the poem that was very powerful. And it says, in English, I don't know if it says in Arabic because I can't remember. But even when it's the darkest of nights, there's still stars. There's still stars within the sky. And when the scholars were explaining it, they were saying that even in the moments of despair or confusion or challenge, or Allah challenge you or tries you, He always leaves you signs. He always leaves you guidance if you're looking to be guided. And the stars, they're small pieces, but they can guide you. But as obviously, what's going to come after the night is always the day, which is the most brilliant light. So even when there's confusion, there's always guidance. But then after, if you follow the true guidance and you have patience, there's, the overwhelming, warm, guidance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that, shines over all confusion, and makes everything clear. So, just as a reminder, a lot of times you go through different things in life and you may not know where to go, or you find yourself in situations where part of you doesn't feel like you're in a comfortable position, you're going against your own faith. The right way is, maybe not as clear because your iman is low. Allah is always, especially for the believers, there's always signs and guidance out there. There's always a way back to the path if you're looking for it. So, you always have to be conscious that Allah wants, for the believers especially, He wants good for the believers. And He will leave a path open for you if you're willing to take it and have the courage to take it. So,
Jazakallah khair. Thank you. Okay, ready?
Me? Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. Just to kind of piggyback onto what Ismail said, you know, nothing that we do in this dunya is worthy of us to get to Jannah except with Allah's subhanahu wa ta'ala's mercy. So we always have to ask Him for His help, for His mercy, regardless of how good we think we're doing. And that's why 17 times every single day, we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to guide us to the straight path. And these are the people that are praying, and we're still asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, ihdina siratal mustaqim. So, like what Ismail was saying, that if you are lost or confused, you have those talks with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You ask Him for His help, because that's the only deity, the only way that we can be helped, ultimately. But when you feel like when you feel like you're doing things right, that's not the time to become boastful, or the time to feel like, okay, I'm good now, I'm praying, or I'm doing this. Whatever it is that you're doing, you can do more. And a surah that I've been reading recently that I really like, Surah Luqman. And one of the things that Luqman says to his son, وَلَا تَمْشِ فِي الْأَرْضِ مَرَحًا, don't walk on the earth prideful. So whatever we're doing, when it comes to the deen, don't look at someone else and say, well, they're doing that, and I'm good because I'm doing this, or I'm staying away from that. You can't be prideful in what we're doing. We have to ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make our intentions right and to help us to do it better. And just like the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam told Mu'adh, if I'm not mistaken, after Salah, to say, Allahumma a'inni ala dhikrika wa shukrika wa husni ibadatik. That even if you're doing things to try to make it perfect, when it comes to what you're doing for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So then it's just like, alright, I'm just going to get by. Whatever it is that we're doing, we can, you never know what that one deed is that inshallah may get us into Jannah with Allah's help.
Jazakallah khair. Should we solicit any contribution? Anybody want to contribute something? Rahman, you going to read a surah for us?
Something to say.
Sure, go ahead.
There was a man and he killed 99 people. He came to a prophet and he asked him, I killed 99 people, will God forgive me? The Pope said no. He killed him. He can't sign another Pope. This guy was Muslim. He asked him, I killed 100 people. And then he said, well, God forgive me. He said, of course, but you have to become Muslim. And so he did, and he asked for forgiveness. Allah forgave him. Now this lesson teaches us that Allah is all forgiving. And even no matter how many bad deeds you did, if you're really sincere, Allah will forgive you. No matter what.
Alhamdulillah. Jazakallah khair. Thank you.